Dr. Elena Voss had always lived among the stars. At 52, she wasn't just a former NASA astronaut, she was a legend. The first woman to command a private Mars sample return mission. The engineer who designed reusable rockets when Blue Origin and SpaceX were still pipe dreams. After her husband died in a tragic shuttle explosion 23 years ago, Elena poured her grief into building Voss Stellar Industries from a garage in Houston. One patent at a time, one investor meeting at a time, one sleepless night at a time. Today, VSI was a $2.1 billion empire, 47 satellites in orbit, lunar mining rights on the far side of the moon, a rover on Mars that had just beamed back proof of ancient microbial life, data worth trillions in government contracts. Forbes called her the silent queen of space, but to her family, she was just mom. Or worse, Grandma Elena, the broke widow scraping by on a NASA pension in a tiny Florida condo. Elena kept it secret for a reason. Her late husband always said, "Let people love you for you, not your launch codes." She wanted her son Alex to build his own life, so she funneled money quietly, paid his MIT tuition, bought his first condo, even covered Brittany's endless shopping sprees. Alex and his wife Brittany thought Elena was poor. Let them. It kept the gold diggers away. Until the family reunion at Voss Astro Resort. The resort was Elena's masterpiece, a $450 million space-themed paradise in Houston. Zero-gravity swimming pools, rocket simulators, a full-scale Mars habitat dome dish. Guests paid $50K a night to feel like astronauts. Elena booked the entire VIP wing anonymously. "One last family adventure," Alex had said on the phone, "before you get too old for this stuff, Mom." The Gulfstream G700 touched down at 7:12 p.m. Elena stepped off in jeans and a faded NASA hoodie, silver hair in a braid. Alex, 28, tech bro haircut, Patagonia vest, hugged her stiffly. Brittany, 25, platinum blonde, lips injected to Kardashian proportions, didn't even look up from her phone.
"Finally," Brittany sighed, "the help arrives." Alex chuckled. "Babe, be nice. Mom's, old school." Elena's chest tightened, but she smiled. "Happy to see you too, sweetheart." The lobby was a cathedral of wonders, ceiling projected with real-time aurora borealis, walls lined with meteorites. Concierge Mia, Elena's hand-picked protege, recognized her instantly, but played along. "Reservation under Voss Carter?" Mia asked. Alex nodded. "Penthouse Habitat Suite, and make it quick." Brittany leaned over the counter. "Listen, sweetheart, Brittany Voss, 1.2 million TikTok followers. I booked the Orion Nebula Penthouse. Don't give me some second-rate module." She typed. "I'm sorry, Mrs. Voss. The Nebula is occupied by a VIP, but the Mars Overlook Suite has unacceptable." Brittany slammed her Hermes bag. "Do you know who we are? I'm not staying in Coach just because some fossil tagged along." She spun on Elena. "And you, don't talk to the staff. You're just the nanny we dragged here. Go sit in the corner like a good little retiree."
The lobby went silent. Phones came out. Alex threw his head back and laughed. "Oh my God, Brittany, savage." "Mom, chill, she's joking." Elena felt the burn behind her eyes. 23 years of 100-hour weeks. 3 near-death EVAs, building an empire with calloused hands, and her own son laughed while his wife called her the help. Mia's eyes pleaded. Elena gave the tiniest headshake. Not yet. That night, Elena lay in the foreman's cottage, her secret owner's quarters, watching real-time Mars footage on a hidden screen. The rover's camera panned over red dunes, her triumph, but all she could hear was Brittany's venom. Day 2 began with Brittany's itinerary barked over breakfast. "Old woman, kids duty. Alex and I have the 0G couples massage at 10, then lunch with Jake." Jake, Alex's best friend from MIT, the one who'd been like a brother since college. Elena noticed how Brittain's eyes lingered on him yesterday. The kids, Lila, 9, and Orion, 7, were glued to iPads. "Grandma, Mom says you're poor because you never worked hard." Orion nodded. "Dad says you lie about being an astronaut, that you just cleaned the shuttles." Elena's fork clattered. She excused herself before tears fell.
She needed air. Walked the Mars Habitat Dome. Red sand floors, simulated dust storms, holographic aliens. That's when she heard them. Behind a fake boulder, Brittany's voice, husky with flirtation. "Jake, remember space camp? That night in the mock capsule? God, I've missed you." Jake's low laugh. "Alex is clueless. Always has been." "Tonight," Brittany purred. "Zero-G chamber, 11 p.m. Gravity off. Clothes off. Just like old times." Elena peeked. Brittany straddling Jake's lap, his hands on his waist, kissing like teenagers. Her world tilted worse than any orbital decay. But the real knife, Alex walked in, saw them, and smirked. "Dude," he said, "you owe me for this. Brittany gets bored easy. Keep her happy, I keep pretending I don't know. Win-win." Jake fist bumped him. "Your mom footing the bill for this trip?" Alex snorted. "Always. Poor old bat, and she's doing us a favor. Once she croaks, we inherit the condo, sell it, split with Brittany, easy money." Brittany laughed. "She still tells the kids she walked on the moon? Delusional hag. 5 years max. Then we dump her in some state home and live like astronauts." They high-fived. Elena backed away, heart in freefall. Not just cheating, conspiracy. Her own son pimping his wife for, what, amusement? And planning her demise like a quarterly earnings call. She walked the dome for hours, red sand in her boots, memories of her husband's last transmission. "Tell Alex I love him. Tell him to reach for the stars." Stars. She'd given him galaxies, and they spat on her gravity well. Something snapped. Not anger. Resolve. Cold as Martian night. 11 p.m. Zero-G chamber. Brittany and Jake floated in, giggling, shedding clothes. Lights dimmed to starfield. Gravity field off. They embraced weightless, spinning slowly. Elena watched from the control room. Her control room. Fingers on the console. One button. Gravity on. They plummeted, 8 feet to the padded floor. Brittany's scream echoed like a hull breach. Jake landed on top, grunt of pain, limbs tangled. Phones recording. Elena had activated all security cams. The chamber doors hissed open. Elena stepped in, spacesuit half-zipped, helmet underarm like a queen's crown. "Enjoying the ride?" she asked calmly. Brittany scrambled for a towel. "You crazy bitch! You could have killed us!" Elena tapped her wrist pad. The walls lit up, live feed of their hookup streaming to every screen in the resort, including the lobby bar, where Alex sat drinking with investors. Gasps rippled through the feeds. Alex burst in, face white. "Mom, what the hell?" Elena's voice boomed over the PA. Her resort, her rules. "Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Dr. Elena Voss, founder and CEO of Voss Stellar Industries, the company that owns this resort. The satellites above your heads, the rover currently drilling into Mars's South Pole." She gestured. The dome roof turned transparent. Real night sky, VSI satellites streaking like diamonds. Brittany's mouth opened and closed like a malfunctioning airlock. Alex stammered. "Mom, you're rich?" "Filthy," Elena said. $2.1 billion last quarter, and every cent you've spent, flights, suites, That 12K bottle of 1992 Cristal billed to your cards, which are now maxed and frozen. Jake tried to run. Security, Elena's ex-Special Forces team, blocked him. Brittany, Elena continued, your little space camp fling, cute, but adultery in my zero-G chamber violates Section 7 of the guest contract. You're trespassing. Alex fell to his knees. Mom, please, we didn't mean… You meant every word, Elena said. I heard you. Planning my death, selling my condo, laughing while your wife called me trash. She pulled out a tablet. Trust documents glowed. New will. Effective now. Lila and Orion inherit everything, on condition they spend summers here learning astrophysics, engineering, leadership. You two, disinherited, permanently. Brittany lunged. You can't. I'll sue. Elena smiled. With what lawyer? The one I just fired? Oh, and Jake, your company, Lunar Logistics, 60% owned by VSI. You're unemployed, blacklisted from every launch provider worldwide.
Security dragged them out, Brittany in a towel, Jake in boxers, Alex sobbing. Paparazzi swarmed outside. Elena had tipped them anonymously. The lobby erupted in applause. A little girl tugged Elena's sleeve. Are you really an astronaut? Elena knelt. I really am, sweetheart. That night, Elena took Lila and Orion to the observatory. Real telescope. Jupiter's moons sharp as diamonds. Grandma, Ariane whispered, are Mom and Dad coming back? They chose a different orbit, Elena said. But you're my new crew. 6 months later. Forbes cover. The Mars Queen who ejected her family into oblivion. VSI stock tripled. NASA begged for partnerships. Elena's rover found water ice. $1 trillion discovery. Alex and Brittany? Divorce papers. Brittany's TikTok banned for nudity. That zero-G video leaked. Alex pumping gas in Katy, Texas. Jake flipping burgers. Lila and Orion? Top of their classes. Lila already designing CubeSats. Orion wants to be the first kid on Mars. Elena stood on the launch pad at dawn. New rocket. VSS Redemption. Her husband's name on the side. As engines ignited, she whispered to the stars, blood isn't gravity. Respect is. Liftoff. She never looked back.